All right, Mr. Arthur, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
You know, last week, one of the kids said that they liked the point 0.2 seconds of awkward silence, which I didn't understand what that meant. I think it meant we talk too much. Is that what that means?
I don't know. They think 0.2 seconds of silence is awkward. They need to go to teacher school.
That's fair because we learned about wait time.
Wait time.
Wait time, man. You got to wait 30 seconds, 45 seconds, whatever the student needs,
And stare.
and stare. You're going to answer today. That's what they taught us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Mr. Arthur, this has been,
If I told you I don't like those shoes,
you don't like this shoes?
no. I
Well,
was down until I saw the tongue.
well, I will say that the tongue is my least favorite part of these shoes. But I will say that Bethany picked these up. Is that surprising?
Yes.
It is. It's very surprising. I was,
You got to show them.
we were in the store and I didn't find any shoes I liked. And then and Bethany found these and she was like, I like these. I'm like, you like those? And she said, yeah, I like those. And I said, well, then I'm getting those because Bethany does not like bright colors on my shoes.
Nope.
And so when I saw the orange tongue, I had to go for them. Anyway,
Whatever she says.
these are Max Vapor. They are a tennis. These are a literal tennis shoe.
All
Anyway,
right. Back on track.
thank you, Mr. Arthur, for making me show the kicks. Anyway, so Mr. Arthur, we talked about it, and we're just going to give a brief rundown of one of the longest short weeks of the year, and uh,
This was a short week.
it went it went by fast.
Okay.
Did it not to you?
I don't know. I don't remember.
This week on Talking Doves, Mr. Arthur still doesn't remember the week, like every other time.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Arthur, it started on a Monday.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that.
I figured.
You figured. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I just didn't want to assume anything, but we started on a Monday, and I just wanted to say that horticulture has worked extremely hard this week.
Mm-hmm.
They have had to kind of dig ditches this week. Kind of.
Kind of.
We are in the process of redoing the flower beds in the hallway on the front, the north, the east hall, the front hall. What do we call it? It'd be the
East
east.
Hall.
We call it East Hall. Okay, the East Hall right in front of between library and math.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, down the slope, down the ramp, and it's a lot of digging, Mr. Arthur.
I didn't realize there was that much soil in there.
Yeah, yeah. It's about it hits me like here at the base, right? Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
about right? About 4.5 feet, and we made it through a 16 inches or so, and so we're removing dirt, about that much of dirt, and then we are relaying fabric and all to help with the root, keep the
Mm-hmm.
roots controlled, and then we are placing those cheffelair plants,
Mm-hmm.
those octopus plants, and then we'll put in good dirt. And based on what I've seen, I think by Thursday we'll be done with those two sections.
Yeah.
I think that'd be right. Um, and then I'm thinking Act 3, 4 will just take the one by the metal detector,
Yeah.
or Act 3 by that point,
Yeah.
because we lose seniors Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Crying.
Hmm?
You crying?
I miss most of my seniors. I love my seniors. They're good kids.
Pretty good group.
Pretty good group, man. I'm really happy we got to take a picture with some of them tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight was scholarship night.
Was.
Yeah.
Good little program.
Good program.
A lot of
man.
money given out.
A lot of money.
Felt like I was on the Oprah show.
165K to one kid.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah, that's really.
I think the most military money that I've seen given was like, I think that beat it because I think I saw like, I've seen a couple of like 75, 90.
Yeah, I had a kid in my class got 80.
Yeah. I might have seen one kid break 100. I don't think I've had anybody 165.
That's impressive.
That's very impressive. That's awesome. I'm so happy about that. And, I've been at a school with a JROTC program.
Right.
We don't have that here.
No.
And so that's really cool. Really cool serving your country.
Mhm.
Always awesome. Really proud of that kid.
Yeah.
Um, Mr. Arthur, that's what horticulture is doing. Uh, this week has been filled with, we had reflective pieces in Ag 1. I really wanted to read some of those tonight. I forgot about that. That might be what next week as we wrap up kind of everything. We might do that. But we we talked, and the other thing we wanted to talk about the week was just today.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Mhm.
I do want to say, I want to take this opportunity now to say thank you to anybody that gave us a gift this
Yes.
week.
Thank you.
We did not, we don't need anything. We especially didn't need what we got, Mr. Arthur. We got a lot of sweets,
A lot of sweets.
a lot of sweets,
Yeah.
and they were much appreciated.
Definitely were.
With a week like this, I think the sugar really kept me going.
Yeah.
And anytime I took a dip, I had to, eat another cookie or something. So it's not the healthiest way, but it's for teacher appreciation.
That's right.
You know,
I felt appreciated.
I very much so, very much so. And I'm not going to call out favorites. I'm not going to talk about any of them specifically because they were all so cool and so unique. And the thoughts, Mr. Arthur, that's all.
Yeah.
We try to give as much as we can to these kids and our time and our energy and our efforts and just for those thank yous and those times like this, it really it means a lot. Uh, Today, Mr. Arthur, how would you describe today?
Smoky.
Yeah, as I put my hand right here, I still smell red
Yes.
oak.
Yeah, I can.
I took a shower. I washed my hands multiple times. I still Quercus falcata, Mr. Arthur. Anyway, so today we had our second cookout, our second promised cookout.
Yep.
We fulfilled the last of the commitments.
Yes.
Well, next to the last of the commitments of their dues.
Okay.
The last one being Banquet.
Yes.
But
It's coming.
it's coming, and that's what the last part of this show is going to be. But Mr. Arthur, do you have anything specific, interactions, or anything you want to talk about from today?
I enjoyed fourth block. Getting a boogie during fourth block.
Getting the boogie during fourth block. Okay, yeah. I was regretful that it took so long to get the fire good and hot.
Yeah.
To turn over, and so we weren't planning on cooking
Yeah.
into fourth block. And I hated that it took extra time during fourth block to do that. But that being said, it gave us some great interactions, some great time with the kids. I'm really excited about that. Mr. Arthur, I'm trying to think of specific interactions. I can't really think of any off the top of my head that just, you know,
It's a lot of running back and forth to the office, making sure teachers got their hamburgers. And
right.
it was a hectic day, but it was fun. Kids enjoyed their burgers, and I know the teachers did. So it was. I don't think I've ever been a part of cooking that many hamburgers, but it was.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
It was good. I think we had everything adequately cooked, on the spectrum of the internal temperature and all, which is a very much positive.
Yes. Yeah.
Kids said that they were happy that they weren't burnt, which, we've all had burnt grilled burgers, which they're okay if they're hot.
Right.
And they're not hot. So, Mr. Arthur, anything else about this week?
No, but before we get into banquet stuff,
Mhm.
we sent an email last Friday to everybody with our officer application in it. If you are interested in applying for office and you the email got maybe sent to spam or junk mail or whatever. It came from winfieldffa@gmail.com. But we'll be glad to send that application to you. That application is due on the 14th, so next Friday, the 16th. So it's a
The
week from
16th.
Sunday.
Week from Sunday.
And you need 2 letters of recommendation to go with that. So it's not something you can just do last minute.
Right.
So,
And we need those, I think we put on there, if you're getting hard copies of letters, we need them Thursday.
that's right. That's coming Thursday.
So I'm very excited about that. How many do we have in at the moment?
I think 2.
2.
But I've
And
heard
we've heard from
about 6 or 7 more that are saying, I just haven't submitted it,
right.
kind of thing. So it does take a little while to do, but that kind of helps us get a better idea of if you're willing to do that application, you're willing to serve the FFA.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Miracle? The hockey movie,
No.
1980s movie. We need to make a movie night out of that. It made me think about that. Anyway, it's about commitment and taking time and showing that you're committed into something. And a big part of the movie. But anyway, really excited that we got the officer application out, and we'll give more details on nominating committees and interviews and all that kind of stuff later. Mr. Arthur, that made me think about something else that we needed to just mention real quick. And for the life of me, Mr. Arthur, I cannot. Anyway, we're just gonna practice next week.
Yeah.
Practice Monday has been relegated to blue team P-Law practice.
Yes.
Tuesday is going to be every other practice. Everything else. So that's gold team P-Law, that's prepared speaking, that's employment skills, that's go teach, that is ag issues.
And if I've talked to you about farm business or food science, get ready, because the next couple of weeks we'll start practicing.
Yeah.
Probably some class time, into class stuff, and then we'll do some after school stuff. But be ready for that.
Me and Mr. Arthur were talking today about how school winds down, EOCs are wrapping up. It's important that if you're competing in these contests that you study, just see that you'll be done the first week of June.
Yeah.
And so just if we grind out, it's a week. Our first contest is a month from tomorrow.
Yes.
And so if we just put forth a good hard effort for 4 weeks, as school's winding down, there's ample time that you can fill with these practices.
3 months off, 2.5 months off.
2.5 months off, except for National Forestry. But anyway, Mr. Arthur, I think we should move on.
Yep, let's move on.
Mr. Arthur, I was thinking about it today, and I know we've kind of talked about this. Sophomores and below have not seen an actual banquet.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Act 1 and 2 students. We have a lot of freshman, sophomore students. They have never had the opportunity to see a banquet, other than students that had, like JC might have been at one of Emily's banquets.
Right.
Eli might have been at one of Anna's banquets, stuff like that. Outside of those opportunities, though, those younger students have not seen a banquet. I've always had a lot of questions from kids like, do I have to come? Why do I need to come? Am I getting something? And so I thought if we could just address that here, and do I have to come? You don't have to do anything.
Nope.
Nothing in life you have to do. There's consequences with almost anything that you don't do or do. But the consequences for us, Mr. Arthur, do we have any consequences?
No.
We have lost hours of sleep this week and last week, and kind of over the span of the last 12 months, or almost 12 months of working together to make sure everything is right and ready for our first banquet.
Yeah.
And so we would love to share that experience with everybody.
Getting that award is going to be much more special if you're there.
Yes.
I've seen ag teachers say, if you don't show up, you don't get your award. I know there's a lot going on, especially that being right before graduation.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to say you have to be there, but it's
Right.
definitely going to be a lot more special, and you share that moment with hopefully about 300 people
Yeah.
that night. So
The would you rather hear your name called in front of a room of people and get to take pictures with your team that you were on and all, or would you rather get a stack of trophies the
in
next
the ag
day
department.
in the ag department, or be like the ones from the virtual banquet that are still
Yep.
in storage over here? But I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah. And you asked while ago, am I getting something? I need
Yeah.
to come and get something. We've ordered about 100 plaques. We've maybe over 100
I
plaques.
think it's about 120.
We have about 120, 140 certificates to give out. We have some, I'm gonna call them special guests. I think they're special
Mhm.
that are coming, that are going to be recognized. I think you're probably going to get something
Yeah.
if you compete on the contest team.
Right.
If you met the qualifications we've talked about in Ag 1 for Green Hand, Ag 2 and chapter degrees, you're going to be getting that degree presented to you.
So that means all Ag 1 and Ag 2 students pretty much
Pretty much.
all Ag 1 and Ag 2 students get at least one thing
Yeah.
guaranteed. And outside of that, we have Star Awards.
Mhm.
Star Awards are for the top student in a class.
Yeah.
And that is, we looked at that as an Ag 1 class,
Yes.
Ag 2 class as a whole, not
Mhm.
Mr. Riley's Ag 1 and
Right.
Mr. Arthur's Ag 1, not first block Ag 2 or second block Ag, but
Yeah.
together. We have Star Green Hand, a very prestigious award.
Yeah.
Star Chapter Farmer, which is a very distinguished award. That's
Fundraising awards.
fundraising awards for both fall and spring. We have we have, if you competed on a contest, every contest that we had competitors in, we give a high point to our team.
Mhm.
And so if you, like on vet science almost placed an area.
Yep.
They didn't, but we still have an award to the student that scored the most points
That's
in vet science. And that's, I think, very important.
Mhm. Your hard work does not go unnoticed.
Your hard work does not go unnoticed, absolutely. And things like that contest was a very competitive, very hard thing to do, and they they went up against tough competition,
Mhm.
and so we still want to highlight those students and make sure that it's being rewarded. Same thing with extemporaneous speaking,
Mhm.
creed speaking, those kinds of things. We have
Yep.
awards for those. Is there any other award that we kind of need to touch on?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. But anybody that placed on an area or state level certificates, I had, or get their award. I had a student ask me in Ag 1, I think it was today, days running together. He said, well, we placed an area. Am I getting something at Banquet? Absolutely.
Yes.
If you were on a placing team, you were absolutely getting recognized
Right.
at Banquet. So,
yes. So, Mr. Arthur, it's going to be at the Civic Center.
it is.
It's going to be on Thursday, the 20th, at 6
o'clock.
6 o'clock. Every student comes in for free.
Yes.
We do need to hear if you're coming.
Yes.
We do need to know. We haven't been cute. We need to start our list.
Yeah.
But then outside of that, if you have anybody that wants to come,
Mhm.
anybody, third cousin, your fourth aunt, 5 aunts,
Yep.
all of them, anybody is welcome. $10 a head, $10 a person.
And we need to know that by end of school on Tuesday, because we have to turn in numbers for food, which we will be serving at the banquet. So you'll get a meal. You'll get to see, or your family will get to see you getting your award. So it's a fun night for $10.
Yes, very much so.
Somebody did ask me today, Mr. Riley, what do I wear? And so I just told them it's simple Sunday best. Come in your khakis and your polo, or your nice jeans and polo, or whatever. that means to you. And then our officers, of course, will be in their official dress.
Yes.
But do not feel like you don't have to wear official dress if you're not an officer.
Right.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was gonna say don't feel like you need to, but then we'd have 15 people show up in official dress. No, don't wear your official
Don't wear your
dress.
official dress.
So,
All right. Yeah. So I think based on what me and you have planned and starting this week, our officers are going to start getting roles and responsibilities for preparing for that night. We have to go through the script and that kind of stuff. And I think it's going to be a really good time.
I think so too.
Really good time.
Last year we did our banquet. It was virtual, and you kind of filmed it, and they came picked up awards after it, and it just wasn't as special.
Yeah.
So we're very excited to get to do this in person, hopefully in front of a large crowd. And
Right.
all of our students get recognized for the work that they did this year, which was a ton.
Ton of work, and really excited about rewarding that work.
Yeah.
Mr. Arthur, do you have anything else?
So
I didn't want to make this long.
Yeah.
Do you have any parting advice or words or something?
if you were in my classes, and I'm sure Mr. Riley will echo this, come ready to work next week so we can finish our projects up.
Yep.
Because that will be the last week of projects for my Ag 2s. Ag 1s, I don't know about y'all. We'll figure it out. But I know for Ag 2, 3, and 4, we need to wrap those projects up as soon as possible.
I wanted to read a poem, but I forgot. I didn't type out the poem. I typed the name of the poem, so I don't have that where I can just read it.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mr. Arthur, yes, we had to finish projects this week because we have a couple of large scale department-wide projects that
We do, and we've got a couple of actual individual projects communities contacted us that they need done. So
You just reminded me.
we need to do those before the close of school. So,
Yeah.
and if anybody that has asked us to do a project and is watching this, we haven't forgot you. We just have been really busy with contests, and so it's coming, I promise.
All right, Mr. Arthur, before I get sadder, I'm gonna, guys, I'm so happy and thankful to be able to see you, and let's make the last
3 weeks?
10 days, 11 days. Is that right?
11 days.
11 face-to-face days. Because did they go through the 27th? They go through the 26th. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, so we have like 11 face-to-face days left. So let's make every day count.
Yep.
Make every day, poignant.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Arthur, I think we're out. We out?
We're out.
What button?